ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸನ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಬ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನನ್ನ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಆಗದೇ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಆಗಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ. My dear students, in this video I am going to teach you that how to prepare cash flow statement under indirect method as per accounting standard 3. So let us recap this classification of cash flows. One is cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from financing activities, cash flow from investing activities. So cash flow from investing activities, under this we will see only a non-current assets like fixed assets and long-term investments. And in case of cash flow from financing activities, we will see a share capital and non-current liabilities. And in case of cash flow from operating activities, this working capital changes and day-to-day expenses. So my dear students, let us take first, we will see this format or a pro forma of preparation of cash flow statement as per accounting standard 3 under indirect method. So first there are three activities. First we have to find out this cash flow from operating activities. So cash flow from operating activities, under this net profit as per profit and loss account, and add non-cash and non-operating expenses like depreciation, amortization of goodwill, preliminary expenses, discount on issue of shares, loss on sale of investments. All these expenses must be add to the net profit. And next you deduct a non-cash incomes like appreciation on tangible assets, dividend received or interest received, income tax refund, profit on sale of investment, so on. So you should deduct all these items from the net profit as per P&L account. Then you will get a cash flow from operating activities before working capital changes. So working capital means a difference between the current assets and current liabilities. Now this while doing this working capital changes, you should ignore the cash and cash equivalents and bank overdraft. So now this add, so a decrease in current assets and increase in current liabilities. So next, less increase in current assets and decrease in current liabilities, you have to deduct it. Then you will get a cash flow from operating activities before income tax paid, then less income tax paid during the year, then you will get a cash flow from operating activities. This is how you have to calculate cash flow from operating activities. So once you calculate it, so next we will go to a second one, a cash flow from investing activities. So my dear students, while calculating cash flow from investing activities, you have to see a fixed assets and a long-term investment and its return in the balance sheet. The fixed asset like a machinery, land, building, like long-term investment, and its return is a dividend received or a interest received. So those only you have to consider while preparing this cash flow from investing activities. So in case of sale of building is a inflow, purchase of building like examples. So on, just you calculate it, then you will get a cash flow from investing activities. We'll call it as B. Then next third one, next see this cash flow from financing activities. So while calculating this, so you have to just see this a share capital in the balance sheet and its expenditure like dividend paid, and a long-term borrowings like bank loans, debentures, etc. You have to see in the balance sheet. So next, like issue of shares, shares premium, redemption of repayment of debenture, dividend paid, a borrowing of mortgage loans, bank loans, and etc. Next, this is called a cash flow from financing activities. And next will be a net increase in cash from the activities, that is A, B, C. That is, what is this A? The A is cash from operating activities, and B is cash flow from investing activities, and C is cash flow from financing activities, aggregate of these three activities. Then for this you have to add a opening balance of cash and cash equivalents. Then you will get the closing balance of cash and cash equivalent. This will be your answer. So this will be your answer, and you have to refer the balance sheet. So this is how you have to prepare a cash flow statement. Now the very important just points to remember while preparing cash flow statement. The first one, you need to prepare a ledger account when the adjustment is given. It means, for example, depreciation of machinery in the in the adjustment they have given. Then so you have to prepare a machinery account. Like appreciation of building, they are given on the adjustment. Then the balance sheet asset side, so there is a asset called land, then you have to prepare a land account. Then a provision for taxation adjustment they are given. Just look at this liability side and the current liabilities. So any provision for taxation is there, then you have to prepare provision for taxation. So if any adjustment is given in the related items, then you have to prepare concerned account. This is very important. Next, you need to read the income tax and proposed dividend related adjustment properly. My dear students, always you should treat provision for tax and proposed dividend treated as a non-current liability in case of while preparing cash flow statement or in case of fund flow statement. And the another thing, whether this income tax paid or provision for taxation provided in the adjustments, so you have to read properly. So like this proposed dividend also, whether they are given the proposed dividend or dividend paid. So we'll see while doing these problems. And next will be, you need to classify the given balance sheet into, see in case of liabilities side, share capital and non-current liabilities, so it will comes under financing activities. So if share capital is increases, you should treat as issue of shares. Then issue of shares is cash inflow to the organization. Same it as in case of share capital is decreases in the current year when compared to previous year, so that will be treated as a redemption or repayment. Then that is cash outflow. It means when the shares are issued, the company is going to receive a cash. That is called cash inflow. When the shares is repaying, that is cash is going out from the organization. That is called cash outflow. So next, a non-current liabilities like debentures loan. In case of increase, then it means the loans was raised. It means that is cash inflow. If a non-current liabilities is a decreases in the current year, it should be treated as repayment. That is cash outflow. Plus any dividend paid and interest paid is a financing activity as well as operating activities. These two adjustments will come under financing activities as well as operating activity. And next, a fixed asset. In case of asset side, a fixed asset like building, land, furniture, etc. And the non-current investment is a long-term investment. It is investing activity. So in case of, this is excluding the intangible assets, very important point. So in case of fixed assets increases, it means a purchases and the treatment will go. Should it as a purchases, it means cash will be outflow, cash outflow. In case of investments or increases, it means the purchase of investments, that is cash outflow. Next, in case of fixed assets is decreases, it means sales, that is cash inflow to the organization. In case of investments or decreases, that is sales, then you will get cash inflow. Then dividend interest received is a financing activity plus as well as operating activities. So dividend and interest received, so it will appear both the activities, that is financing activity plus operating activities. Next, in case of this balance sheet, other than the share capital, non-current liabilities and fixed assets, non-current investment, in case of liability side, we are having reserves and plus will be current liabilities. In case of assets, short-term assets like current assets. So these all the adjustments, these all the items will appear in operating activities. Operating activities. Next, the fourth thing that is you need to remember the format of this cash flow statement. Now this is how you have to remember these points while reading the question. So of cash flow statement. So let us take the first question now. I will show you that how you have to prepare a cash flow statement. So from the following balance sheet of Nagesh Company Limited and additional information, prepare a cash flow statement. So liabilities, that's 2013, there's a base year, and 2014 will be current year. So other like in case of assets, 2013 will be base year and 2014 will be the current year. Then the additional information, the building acquired means a purchases during the year at a cost of 60,000 and dividend paid during the year 17,000 and sum of rupees 11,000 was transferred to provision for taxation account. So I told you the simple rule. So you need to remember, you need to prepare a ledger account when the adjustment is given. So what is this? See here, So building, but the building adjustment is given. So in asset side there is a building. So now you have to prepare a building account. So next, so in case of this provision for taxation, look at this liability side. So provision for taxation is there in the balance sheet. Then you have to prepare provision for taxation account also. Next, a dividend paid, there is no, so proposed dividend in the liability side, hence you no need to prepare dividend account. This is how you have to, this is the first rule of these points. Next, second thing, you need to read income tax and proposed dividend related adjustments. What is this? See here, a sum of 11,000 was transferred to a provision for taxation, not tax paid. Whether they are given, definitely they will give whether income tax paid or provision for taxation. You have to see here, they are given provision for taxation. So I told you while preparing taxation account. Next, and third thing, you need to classify the given balance sheet into the share capital, non-current liabilities and all. So look at this here. So here share capital is which activity? Is a financing activity. The share premium is a financing activity. The retained earnings is nothing but a profits and loss account during the year. So it means you have to take the difference while calculating operating activities. Then creditors is current liability. Then it will comes under operating activity. A provision for taxation. So it's a non-current liability. You should treat, and the outstanding salaries is current liability. It will comes under operating activity. A mortgage loan and debenture will be the long-term loans. So therefore it will comes under financing activities. Next, in case of assets, a plant and machinery, building, land, these three assets will be a fixed assets, and these three assets will comes under investing activities. And stock, debtor, prepaid expenses, these three current assets, and it will comes under working capital changes while preparing operating activities. And cash will be the cash and cash equivalents. So you have to add this opening balance of cash to the net increase in the activity, and you will get the closing balance of this. This will be your answer. So let us see now. So let us first prepare a building account. See, in case of assets, you start with the opening balance, that is debit side, 2 balance brought down. So you will start with the building account, 2 balance brought down 1,38,000, and buy balance carried on 1,61,000. So 2 balance brought down 1,38,000 and buy balance carried on 1,61,000. Then during the year the building was purchased. The building was purchased. So building account it had to cash account. That is, what is the value? The 60,000 rupees. That is acquired or purchases. Now just make the total now. You will get 1,98,000 and 1,98,000. So my dear students, when credit side is more in case of assets account, in credit side more, when compared to debit side, the difference will be called as additional purchases or purchases. In case of debit side or more, when compared to credit side, the difference will be called as sales. Sales. If sales information is already appeared in the ledger account, then next will be you should treat it as depreciation. So here there is no information on depreciation, so that I consider this sales. Okay, now just you have to prepare this building account. Now see here, once you prepare the building account, so there is a acquisition and there is a sale. So acquisition and sale of this asset will appear in investing activity. Then a sale is a cash inflow and acquired is a cash outflow. It means asset purchase, if asset purchased, then cash is going out from the organizations, therefore cash outflow. If asset was sold, then cash is incoming to the business organization, that is will be considered as cash inflow. If any depreciation or profit on sale of assets, then such adjustments must be appeared in operating activities. Now this is how this building account you have to prepare. The next will be a provision for taxation account. So provision for taxation. So provision for taxation is a liability. So always the opening balance start with credit side and ends with debit side. See, opening balance is how much? 1,000 rupees and closing balance is 1,400. So buy balance brought down 1,000 rupees and 2 balance carried on, that is closing balance 1,400. And this adjustment you also see here they are given the provision for taxation, they are transferred or provide. It means you have to record a credit side of this provision for taxation account, that is by adjusted P&L account. So this provision for taxation provided. So then if they are given income tax paid in the adjustment, then you have to enter debit side. This is what I told you. So provision for taxation adjustment, if in adjustment they were given income tax paid during the year, then you have to enter debit side. If income tax provided or provision for taxation provided, then you have to enter credit side of the provision for taxation account. So I have entered this credit side, then just make the total now. So 11,000 plus 12,000, the difference is 10,600. So you have to call as income tax paid. This is called to cash or bank account income tax paid. So now there are two adjustments. So income tax paid. So while cash flow from operating activities just you will going to deduct it. So in case of adjusted P&L account means you have to add into the net profit as per P&L account. Idana add ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ನೀವು. It means let us see this format once again. Let us see this format. See here. So income tax provided. In provision for taxation you have to add here 11,000. So in case of this income tax paid, less income tax paid, you have to deduct 10,600 rupees in case of operating activities. Okay, so two accounts we need to open. This we have opened and we prepared, and let us prepare now cash flow statement. Preparation of cash flow statement for the period ending on 31st March 2014. So particulars amount. This first one, cash flow from operating activities. So it means a non-operating items plus working capital changes. So we will take the net profit as per P&L account, that is retained earnings difference. See here the retained earnings. So see here that 23,820 in 2013, 30,820 in 2014. It means the profits is increases. So if increase in this value, it means during the year organization was earned profit. It means is in case of reverse, vice versa. Here 30,820, but here 23,820. Then during the year the company incurred a loss. That treat ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, but in positive balance increase ಆಗಿದೆ. So therefore it will be considered as a profit. So profit ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. So net profit as per P&L account, that is 7,000. Then add non-cash and non-operating expense. You already told you that's income tax provided, that is 11,000. And dividend paid, the adjustments ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಪೇಡ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಲೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಲೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಪೇಡ್ 17,000. just make the total 35,000 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. There are no non-cash and non-operating incomes like profit on sale of building, profit on sale of investment, ಏನು adjustments ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿದೆ. So 35,000 minus 0, you will get 35,000. So it will be called as a cash flow from operating activities before working capital changes. So next will be working capital. That's adjustment for working capital. That's except cash and cash equivalents and bank overdraft. So in this question, so ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ cash and cash equivalents? Only cash balance. Okay, next ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಈಗ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಏನು, ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಸೆಟ್, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಾವು. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್, ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದು, ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ನೋಡಿ 10,220 ಇದೆ, 9,620 ಇದೆ, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್. Debtors here 8,600 is 7,600. Even debtors also decreased during the year. So therefore you should add. Prepaid expenses are current assets, but it increases. Therefore you have to deduct. Then you come to liability side. Creditors 6,900, 6,000. It means creditors are decreases. Therefore you have to deduct. Next, provision for taxation. Just ignore that. That is a non-current liability. Outstanding salaries. So here this is 2,000, here 1,400. This is a decrease in current liability. Therefore you have to deduct. So there are no current liabilities. So just enter these values. So debtors, decrease in current assets 1,000 rupees. Stock decrease in current assets, that is 600 rupees. There are no adjustments. Then 35,000 plus is 1,600. We'll get 36,600. Then deduct increase in current assets and decrease in current liability. That is creditors is minus 6. This is less. You have to deduct less. Therefore I have entered these values into the bracket. That's outstanding expenses 600, prepaid expenses, increase in current assets, therefore I have to deduct it 800. then 36,600 minus 600 minus 600 minus 800, you will get the value that is 35,020. So we should deduct these values, therefore you will get 35,020. Then less income tax paid during the year, that is 10,600. What is it? 10,600. See this is the value. You have to add this, deduct this 10,600, but this value you have to add. Okay, then you have deducted 10,600, then you will get a positive 24,420. It means 35,020 minus 10,600 will get 24,420. So this will be considered as cash flow from operating activities. This is A. The next will be a cash flow from investing activities. So while preparing this, you have to see the fixed assets and long-term investment and its return. So in this question, so first we will let us this adjustment. So we have prepared building account. So this is a cash purchase of this building and cash sales of this building. So this is a cash inflow and this is a cash outflow. Just enter this in a cash flow statement. So sale of building is the income. This is cash inflow. Purchase of building 60,000. Enter in a bracket. It means you have to deduct. Then building is over. So another two assets are there. See here, plant and machinery and land. See my dear students, I told you already, in case of assets is decreases, that is sales. In case of assets are increases, that is purchases. So plant and machinery 99,000, here 92,200. It means assets were decreases, it means sales. Next, building account you already prepared, then ignore that. Then land. So here 10,000, here 12,000. It means 2,000 was increases, it means purchases. So just enter these values here. See, the sale of plant and machinery, there is 6,800. The purchase of land is 2,000. And that's it. There are no income tax, the dividend received or interest received. So here 37,000 plus 6,800. So you will get 43,800 and minus 60,000 minus 2,000, you will get a minus 18,200. So this is cash flow or cash loss from the activities, cash loss from the investing activities anta ಕರೀತೀವಿ ನಾವು. minus ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ. Okay, next, see this cash flow from financing activities. So cash flow financing activities share capital plus its expenditure and long term borrowings ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾನು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಇಫ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ರೀಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ನ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ 1,70,000 ಇತ್ತು, 2013, 2014 1,80,000 ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 10,000 ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಶೇರ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 9,000 ಇದೆ, 11,000. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 2,000 ವಾಸ್ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೈಸಸ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಲೋನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಮೋರ್ಟ್ಗೇಜ್ ಲೋನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ನಿಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ 20,000 ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ ರೈಸ್ಡ್, ದಿಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 60,000 ಇತ್ತು 2013, ಬಟ್ 2014 42,400 ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ರೀಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ರೀಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ನ. ಸೊ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ 10,000 ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋ, ಶೇರ್ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಮ್ಸ್ 2,000 ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋ, ರಿಡಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ರೀಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ಸ್ 17,600 and dividend paid is 17,000 and borrowing for mortgage loan 20,000. So what is this dividend paid 17,000? Adjustments ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, you do not forget this. See dividend paid ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎರಡು ಹತ್ರ ಅಪೇರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಪೇಡ್ 17 ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋ. ಇದು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಔಟ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೀರಾ, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. 20,000 plus 2,000 plus 10,000 will get 32,000. 32,000 minus 17,600 minus 17,000. So you will get a minus 2,600. That is cash flow from financing activities. Next, what is this net increase in cash from the activities? That is A plus B plus C. What is this A? Cash flow from operating activities plus 24,420 plus cash flow from investing activities 18,200. That is you deduct it, and the cash flow from financing activities C, that is minus 2,600. 24,420 minus 18,200 minus 2,600. Then you will get a difference is, the answer will be 3,620. That is a plus, that is net increase. If it is minus, that is a net decrease. ಸೊ ಈ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು ನೆಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ. ಅದೇನಾದರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ ನೆಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ and cash equivalents. What is this cash and cash equivalents? Here in this question you are having only cash balance. ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ನ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ 6180 rupees. ಇದನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್. ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ನ ನೀವು ನೆಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ opening balance of cash 6120, 3620 plus add this 6120, 180, so we'll get 9800. This is closing balance of cash and cash equivalents. ಸೊ ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸರಿ ಅಂತ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ರಾಂಗ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಹೌ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಎ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಸೊ ಹೌ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ವಾಚ್ ಮೈ YouTube channel, like, share and comment. Thank you so much.